That's a good segue back to the Manosphere nav box. We did this last time. Now we should explore Redpill.
Redpill.
Oh my god. Look at this stuff.
It's a big thing. They got numbers.
All right. It's categorized down into these subsections. We got game, miscellaneous strategies, pickup artists, ranks, like alpha, beta,
Okay.
personality, celibacy states, sexuality, other theories. Look at all those channels.
It's
Clown World? What is all this?
Clown World.
Oh my god, I feel very overwhelmed, Buttons. What do we do? Over gaming? What do we do? Game. We know what game is.
We're talking about the game, right?
Yeah. PUA, signaling theory, courtship, negging.
Men love to neg.
Every gender likes to neg.
Yeah.
It's a personality thing. I don't think it's gendered per se. But it is unfortunately taught socially that men well, it was at least at one point in the 2000s. It was encouraged for men to neg to attract women, which is fucking stupid.
If it's for both genders, but negging is with the intent of lowering the person down so they will submit to you.
So bragging in the incelosphere is any mention of being found attractive by girls. Positive attention outside of a paid escort or mercenary or another mercenary context. That's hilarious.
A mercenary context.
Yeah.
A paid gun.
Yeah.
It's called bragging.
Looksmax.me. All right. Well, we have C-maxing. C-maxing is the practice for a man of improving one's dating chances as a Westerner by dating Southeast Asia. Dating in Southeast Asia.
Okay, yeah.
Got it.
Passport bros.
Passport bros. Status maxing, jester maxing. This is hilarious.
I love the term
Castrate.
maxing.
What does castrate maxing mean?
Okay, let's get into that one. What is castrate maxing?
Emasculate maxing is the act of removing one's penis or testicles for the purpose of coping with one's inceldom. Holy shit.
Wow, I'm not gonna lie. I'm into castrate maxing, and I think it's a kink that I should pursue. I think it would fit very well with the rest of my profile.
Yeah. Okay, pickup artist, Roosh V. He's a former sex tourist. He likes to call himself a love tourist.
Oh, it's not a sex tourist. It's a love tourist. He's looking for love.
He's a pickup artist who couldn't find a way to have sex with any of the 2 million adult women in Denmark, despite trying to game Denmark. He doesn't use shampoo, saying it is unnecessary for men with short hair. Okay.
These things write themselves. He's like, I've never been able to ever get pussy. I also refuse to wash myself properly. I have no idea why this is happening to me. Like, I have doo-doo in my crack and girls don't want to make out with me. I don't get it. Bro, you got doo-doo in your crack. You know what they should be maxing is bathe maxing. Why is that not a thing? Bathe maxing. Hygiene maxing. You got a hygiene max.
I'm sure that's one of them. There's every iteration of this shit exists on this list, it seems. Ardon Steele, never heard of him. Started in 1984.
Wow. Okay.
He's pro-Trump, pro-Republican.
Got it. What is he red pilling?
He's like a baby boomer type.
Okay. Old back in my day looking ass.
Let's skip personality. Asshole, stoic, dark triad. I get what your borderline personality, nice guy, simp. We know what those mean. We don't need to like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Celibacy states.
Yeah.
That's another hard thing to say. Celibacy states.
Celibacy states.
Sexlessness, celibacy, incel, dry spell, dating limbo, single, virgin, wizard.
What's a wizard?
Wizard. I was thinking the same thing.
That means like you move beyond sex.
Wizard is generally agreed upon as what to call a guy who's attained 30 years of age and retained virginity. This is a official virgin age meter. Do you see this? 13, we shared a beer, kind of weird, but if she was your age, it's cool. 15, I don't want to say that. Middle school badass.
I don't want to say that. It's so cringy. I'm like, when you look at all of this red pill stuff, you're like, this is why you're not getting laid, brother.
Oh, when you're 20, it's the point of no return. If you haven't even sold your virginity to a whore yet, you are beyond saving. Jesus Christ.
Jeez, if you haven't banged by 20, your life's over.
But there's just so much misogyny, obviously, in this meme, right?
Clearly.
That's why I don't want to read all of it. I understand more than you could possibly know by the age of 30. That's why you're a wizard.
Wow.
And this is what happens when you're 90. Oh my God.
Wow. Okay, the 90 one, the 90 plus, that's impressive, actually.
There's a waifu chart. 0 to 4 is a squire, 5 to 9 chemist, 10 to 14 knight, 15 to 19 archer, 20 to 24 monk, 25 to 29 priest, and then 30 to 34 is wizard. Then you're a time mage after that, apparently. If you haven't had sex until you're 35 to 39.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Also, why are we listing ages below, like, 18?
I don't know.
Like, there's guys out there like.
So what if you lose your virginity when you're 8? I
Then
guess
you're a real man. I'm like, no, that's sexual. That's child sexual assault. Like, what? Yeah, it's very bizarre. The way they're viewing sexuality and the way that they need to have it as soon as possible. In general, that's also something I've noticed is like a lot of younger people being like, I'm 24 and I'm not already rich and famous and I haven't figured my life out. So I guess I should just like unalive myself because like life's already over. And I'm like, Jesus fuck, man. Like, I'm worried for the overall mental health of the youth. They're like, I'm 17 and I haven't made $1 million yet, and I haven't jizzed in a woman. I should not exist. I'm like, no. Plenty of time to jizz in a woman still. A lot of us won't make $1 million. It's okay. Life will still be like happen without jizzing and without $1 million.
Check out what I stumbled upon. This is incredible. Leggings, including yoga pants, are an instrument of torture. That's how this starts. Which femoids torment incels with the sight of their shapely buttocks, hips, and or the outline of their panties or even labias, which are often clearly visible through the tight, sheer material. One man in particular, the Tallahassee hot yoga shooter. This is real. This is a real shooter.
Oh, wow.
Scott Paul, whatever his name is, was ultimately unable to cope with the sight of foids in these outfits and went ER. What does ER mean? Not a...
Elliot
he went...
Roger.
I got you. Wow. That's so dark, dude. Effect on men. The sight of a girl in leggings has been described as enraging and distracting, grope fuel, and compared to what it is like to stare... I don't even want to say that. That's disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
This is vile, man. The sexually arousing effect of yoga pants on males is resulting in some schools banning yoga pants. Really? Well, I mean, don't do that, but also we need to teach young men how to cope.
Rejection and
how to just like cope as a human in positive coping, not like copium. Good coping strategies. Very sad.
Yeah, it's very intense, which is why I think once again all these cults have a hold on people because
and they're able to mutate online as well.
Because there are parts in like
metastasize.
There are things within the Red Pill community where like people will be like, stop jerking to porn and go for a run, right? Because it releases other endorphins in your body, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, focus on yourself. And then they're like, men that jerk off are weak and you're pathetic if you're a dick. And I'm like, no. Yes,
right.
Yes, working out, but not never touch yourself. Again, jerking off isn't inherently evil.
Yeah, don't be so extreme about it.
The idea that jerking off, I get it that it's a problem when you have a porn addiction, but I think also, as with any addiction, when you treat it in that like punitive way.
I agree.
Right? Where it's like jerking off is deplorable and disgusting. Yeah. You create this weird anxiety around it. The only acceptable way to jizz is in a woman.
Right.
And I'm like, no, actually masturbation is important. You should be able to pleasure yourself.
I think a good rule of thumb is just don't masturbate until after 9 o'clock.
There you go.
Just keep it simple and something you can achieve. If you want to have a productive day, don't jerk off during the day. Keep your load to yourself. Chad sexual is someone who publicly claims to be or acts like a lesbian, asexual, or aromantic, but when contracted by a Chad, a top 1% male, suddenly is not. Got it.
A Chad sexual?
This is according to the mindset or the mind state of an incel, though. Keep in mind, we're on Incel's wiki. So the way things are being framed is through the mind of a misogynistic, like, virgin.
I love
right?
I like Chad sexual. They're like, you said you didn't even like sex. You said you didn't even like boys. But then some other boy came around and you gave him coochie and you didn't give me any coochie. And that's not very nice to do because I wanted coochie too. Yeah. Bro, everybody wants coochie. Okay? 2 tits, 1 pussy. We all like it, bro.
All right. Mate guarding is intrasexually competitive behavior that men perform to protect their mate from sexual advances, which is called poaching. Right. Okay. Got it.
That is actually real. You can look it up, right? It's the broke man's hug. You ever see a man that's broke that's out with his girl? He'll hug her from behind while she's paying for things. And it's not because it's like, oh, I love you. Thank you so much, honey. You're so sweet. It's mate guarding. It's like instinctual mate guarding, right? Because he's insecure and he knows that he can't provide. And so he's like, yeah, mama, get my PS5 game. But also I'm hugging you from behind so no other man can come up and be like, look at this loser with his woman paying for his shit. Come with me, baby girl. I got money.
Oh my God. Look what I found. Apex fallacy. So the meme is male privilege be like 78 of suicides are men, 68 of homeless are men, 93% of prison inmates are men, 80% of murder victims are men. Blah, blah, blah. The gender inequality myth. When feminist propaganda tells you society looks like money, power, or blah, blah, blah. Any thoughts on these pyramid
No,
concepts?
I understand why they view it that way. This happens within all movements, right?
Yeah.
Like when people are talking about like white privilege, right? People are like, well, I'm poor. I don't have these privileges. When we're talking about privilege, right?
Yeah.
It's less about like what's actually being handed to you. It's about what you don't have to worry about, right? You're not being
100%.
And I think people really get caught up on that privilege thing, is thinking that it's like they're gaining something, right? They're like, I've had to work hard. Having male privilege doesn't mean that you're not going to have to work hard, or that like these things don't exist. Yeah, male suicide is up. Violent crime, all of these things are very true, but it's because the patriarchy doesn't just hurt women, it hurts men. It hurts men the most. I think. I mean, women are the ones that suffer the brunt of this. So I'm not going to say that men suffer the most, but they are suffering. It hurts them because of that pressure and feeling inadequate. Like I sympathize with the incel, right? I
Up until the point that they commit an act of violence.
up until the point that they commit violence. It's a thing of entitlement. I understand why they're upset, but once again, it's very immature. It's very childish. All of these things, when they're looking at these fallacies, right? It's very immature, and it's not taking into account the bigger picture. And it's so obvious that it comes from insecure men that are wounded, right? I understand not feeling like you're good enough, right? To be a part of society.
Yeah.
And I understand that you're horny. I get it. You're horny and you want coochie.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of ugly, short, poor men that are getting pussy.
Right.
So this idea that like, oh, I'm not getting pussy because I'm not attractive. Sure, wealthy, attractive men are going to get pussy. Yes.
The concept of hypergamy, right?
Yeah, like that makes sense. That's always existed, right? But the idea that like everything is owed to you and that you're somehow being denied this thing that everybody else is getting is not very accurate, you know?